Hey there everyone, it's RetroKaizer here, and I'm coming at you with another MRT video today. And today we're talking about something which personally I went through, and what I mean by what I went through is I got trapped in the same trap that I'm going to be talking about in this video. Now there's this car that every beginner sees and it offers a lot. It looks like it's a pretty sweet deal for a good amount. But when you buy it, it turns out it's an absolute turd. And by turd, I mean this car right here. So this right here is the Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4 in real life, or in game we call it the Shuriken BTO. Now this car is an absolute trap because it gives off stats that will, well, pretty much impress any newcomer to MRT or someone who doesn't have that kind of knowledge about the cars in Midnight Racing Tokyo. Now the scene was that I got this car because I wanted an upgrade, and well, my RX-7 was falling behind on C1, so I bought this car. What did I do? I bought it and then I instantly regretted it. Now, why did I regret it? Because the car had no speed. I was being overtook by all sorts of cars. I mean, I was overtook by even an Evo. And the Evos have pretty fast acceleration, I'm gonna give them that, but at top speed, on C1, top speed matters. So you can buy this car, just like I did when I was a beginner. I came to this tier 3 showroom right here in Tokyo City, and I went straight ahead, and this is what happened. Look at these stats. Imagine if you're a beginner just like I was back then. Look at the top speed. I mean, I didn't know about acceleration or how the car drove because you can't test drive cars here. So I just went ahead. It's a tier 3 car. I went ahead. It costs a hefty price, as you can see, 3 million yen. Now this car, there's actually a better alternative for it, and that's why I'm making this video, so you beginners don't get trapped. The NSX. Now, immediately after I bought that one, the guy I was training with, the guy told me to buy an NSX. It's much more better. It'll cost the same. Just sell the GTO and just get this. So I bought the NSX. Now, as you can see, the stats here, they don't matter because this car drives and accelerates a whole lot better, handles a whole lot better, and it is a whole lot more better. Now, I actually got the NA2, which I got. This was the first powerful car I ever had in the game, and this is one of the best choices I've ever made, ditching the 3000 GT and getting this NSX NA2. Now the GT is so horrible that the FD, as you can see right here, the stats are pretty low. This also is a tier 3 car. Now on the Toge, the GT 3000 has nothing on top of this. So now basically you know about the 3000 GT and how much of a, deceiving trap this car is according to the stats, and how much of a hole you're gonna burn through your pocket if you're just starting off and you're thinking about buying a fast car and you unfortunately buy this. I mean, it's not gonna be good, so yeah. I mean, just to show you the difference in performance between this and the NSX, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be heading down to the docks and we're gonna be doing the Godzilla Gauntlet. Now you'll notice that this is slow, handles like a rock, and the NSX is fast and is a very responsive car. Rightio, so here we are, and honestly this thing doesn't even sound that great. So as you can see, we're off, and the acceleration, you can see how sluggish it is. It does not really want to go fast at all because it just doesn't have that kind of power. Now the brakes are absolutely very, very slow and unresponsive, honestly, because as you can see right there, I'm literally pushing the brake hard and it's not wanting to stop. Now this is looking a bit good because I've been driving this for a really long time, and I once upon a time I tried to prove that yeah, the 3000 GT can outperform a few cars, but well, I was terribly misinformed about how horrible this really is. So the brakes are really sluggish, the car is absolutely a boat. I mean, the reactiveness, the response that you get when you try to turn is really, it doesn't inspire any sort of confidence. I mean, as you can see right now, I'm just gliding, honestly. I'm just pointing the car somehow and I'm just slamming the accelerator, and it is just not going fast at all. 140, 150, it doesn't even have that kind of power that it can reach 195 or even 200 properly in the straights over here. So going around, you have to really point it before you're actually gonna go, otherwise you'll be going absolutely slow or sluggish through every corner you turn the car. Now, honestly, the car's acceleration, once again, I'm going to be talking about this because compared to other tier 3 cars, this car has like dead acceleration. It just doesn't want to go. It somehow got to 190. Now look, the brakes. The brakes are absolutely trash. If I were in the NSX, I would have braked properly. Even if I was at 200, I could have gone through the turn without even hitting the, barrier. But the 3000 GT doesn't offer that kind of performance at all. And as you can see, this car is pretty, if you can really tell, I'm the guy driving it, but if you can tell by looking at it, it is very, 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 very heavy. Very heavy. Because as you saw in the stats, the weight is off the chart. I mean, it's moving like an absolute rock, like I stated before. But for beginners, I mean, if you already bought it, it's not, that horrible. You can actually drive it just to get used to things. But yeah, you're not gonna be able to overtake that Porsche like I did just at the start. So yeah, if you've already bought it, it's okay. You can do city events, but don't try and hit the Toge or C1 like this, because you'll be embarrassed. So yeah, this was the 3000 GT. Now I'm going to show you the NSX. Alright, so here it is, the NSX NA2. Now, as you can see, we have a bit of competition, but I'm going to focus mainly on driving the NSX, not trying to beat them, because, well, I'm trying to prove a point between the 3000 GT and the NSX NA2. And right off the bat, you can see the acceleration is a whole lot more better, the car feels faster, and it actually feels a whole lot more responsive. The brakes are good. I mean, it caught that. I mean, the 3000 GT, I bumped straight into that barrier. The brakes are pretty good. The car is responsive. If I'm turning, if I'm wanting to go left, if I'm wanting to go right, the car is actually moving as soon as I hit the key on the keyboard. Now, there is one thing about the NSX though, the rear end likes to spin out. Now, if you're a beginner, you're gonna have to get used to that. Otherwise, you'll never really be able to drive the NSX properly, because it has that tendency to move around. I mean, it is rear-wheel drive as compared to the 3000 GT, which is all-wheel drive, but with rear-wheel drive, you're getting more power, more responsiveness, better brakes, and you're getting the overall better package with NA2, because as you can see right here, the NSX is gliding through everything. It is not really, taking its sweet time. As soon as I'm pressing the buttons, as soon as I'm giving it the input, the car is moving around. And the brakes, they're catching on properly, they're reducing the speed for once, and the turning and everything is giving me more confidence to push the car a whole lot more than it's supposed to be pushed. See, we hit 200 right here. Now, I'm hitting the brakes. I went through this smoothly. As you saw in the 3000 GT, it hit 195 and it slammed into the barrier because it is just not, wanting to slow down. It doesn't want to speed up, doesn't want to slow down. But the NSX right here, it's going fast. It slows down properly when you hit the brakes. The only thing you have to get used to is the tail spinning out. You will spin out, but with practice, the NSX NA2 is a much more better investment as a beginner as compared to the 3000 GT. So, I mean, even if you look at the time right now, we're running faster than we already did with the 3000 GT. We're hitting 200 twice. We hit 200 twice with the NSX. Now over there, that was a slight mistake, happens, but my time is not really bad. It is much more better than the 3000 GT. And with that, we're done. As you can see, it's a whole lot more faster than the 3000 GT. It handles a whole lot better, and the time difference, the performance difference, you'll be seeing it all over the place. Especially if you're hitting the Toge or if you're hitting the C1. So there you have it, folks. The 3000 GT is 8 seconds slower than that of the NSX NA2 according to the time attacks that I did in Godzilla Gauntlet. And well, if you are looking to, just get something better as a beginner, go for the NSX. Do not waste 3 million behind the 3000 GT because, well, it might tickle your fancy if you want that old JDM car, but it won't really give you what the NSX can give you. I mean, it is good for learning and the beginning, but if you're looking for an upgrade or you want a fast car from the start, I'd say put 3 million yen behind this, the NSX NA2, because you'll be wasting 3 million yen behind the 3000 GT if you think that you're buying a fast car and you want fast performance, not only for just city events, but for the Toge and C1. The choice is the NSX NA2. I mean, you'll get 5 million as a beginner anyway. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that this was helpful for all you beginners out there. Do stay safe from the 3000 GT, and I'll see you guys in the next video.